Hey everyone, so let's chat about something I know a lot of us struggle with, and honestly, I used to be right there with you, finding the perfect trading strategy. You know, the one that's gonna make you rich overnight. I bet you spend tons of times, maybe even days, watching videos, scrolling through forums, just hunting for the magic bullet, right? You see all these systems promising like 80%, 90%, even 100% win rates, and this is so easy to get stuck into the hype. But then you check your own trading account and well, it's totally different story. Doesn't that sound familiar? You're definitely not alone. So many traders, especially when they're just starting out, get totally fixated on the idea that they have to win every single trade to be successful. They're chasing that holy grail of a super high win rate. But I'm here to tell you something that might totally change how you think about trading. It's really not about winning every single trade. Recently, I was backtesting a strategy and the results were seriously mind-blowing. Now the win rate wasn't anything crazy high. It was actually around 60, which isn't bad, but it's not some super high number people usually chase. But the overall profitability, insane. We're talking over 2,600% profit on 300 trades. I was like, wait, how is this even possible with a win rate that's not even that high? Well, the secret sauce, my friends, is something called risk to reward ratio. This is like the unsung hero of a profitable trading, and it's something that so many beginners and even some traders who've been at it for a while completely overlook. So let's break it down real quick. Imagine a strategy with a risk reward ratio of 1 to 2.5. What that means is for every dollar you risk on a trade, your potential profit is $2.5. So let's say you're risking $100 on a trade, your target profit would be $250. Pretty simple, right? Now here's the really cool part. With this 1 to 2.5 risk to reward ratio, you can actually be profitable even if you only win 40% of your trades, less than half. Let me give you a quick example. Let's say you take 10 trades, you win 4 out of them, and each winning trade makes you $2.5. That's $10 in profit. But those 6 losing trades, they only cost you $1 each, which totals $6 in losses. So even though you lost more trades than you won, you will still end up with $4 in profit. How awesome is that? So think about it. You're not trying to be right every single time. What you're focusing on is making sure that your winning trades significantly outweigh your losing trades over the long haul. It's kind of like a battle strategy, you know? You might lose a few small battles, but you can still win the war. This totally changes the game, right? It shifts the focus from chasing those elusive high win rates to really understanding and mastering risk reward. It's a total game changer, and in this video, we're going to dive deep into exactly how you can use risk to reward to supercharge your trading. So make sure to stick around, hit the like button if you're finding this helpful, and subscribe for more game-changing trading insights. Let's get into it. Alright, so you're probably thinking, okay, so what's the actual strategy here? Well, here's what I recommend. Grab a gold chart and set it to 15-minute time frame. That's my go-to. Now, does it work on other charts? Honestly, I haven't really tested it out on tons of other stuff. So if you're curious about, say, silver or oil or whatever, definitely do some backtesting yourself and see what you find. But here's like the golden rule for making money trading. It's super simple. Figure out the trend first and then trade with it. It's like going with the flow of a river rather than trying to swim upstream. It's way easier that way, trust me. And a super easy way to do this, especially if you're just starting out, is to use the market bias indicator. Now, since we're looking at the 15-minute chart for gold, I like to use the 30-minute time frame, just one step up for the indicator. You don't really have to mess with the settings too much. I usually just turn off the Heikenhashi option and maybe make the colors pop a little more so they're easier to see at a glance. But that's totally optional. Here's the simple breakdown of how this works. When the market bias indicator is green, that means we're in an uptrend. So we're only looking for buy trades. Makes sense, right? And when it's red, that signals a downtrend. So we're only looking for sell signals. It's that straightforward. Super simple, super effective. Alright, so you're probably thinking, okay, I know the trend now, but when do I actually jump into a trade? That's a great question. This is where things get really interesting. We're going to add something called the FTS or Swing Arm ATR Trend Indicator. It sounds kind of complicated, but it's actually pretty simple once you see it in action. Now for the 15-minute gold chart, that's what we're focusing on here. I found that setting the ATR period to 9 and the ATR factor to 9 works really well. It just seems to hit the sweet spot. But this is important. If you're trading other assets like say oil or stocks or even different time frames on gold itself, you'll definitely want to do some backtesting. Just play around with the settings a bit to find what works best. It's all about finding what clicks for each special market condition. What works for gold on the 15-minute chart might not be perfect for something else. Now inside the swing arm settings themselves, we only really need two things enabled for this strategy to work: the Fib1 option and the last plot background. These are going to give us the visual cue, the little hints on the chart that we need to know exactly when to enter a trade. It makes it super easy to see what's going on. So the basic idea here is the same as with the market bias indicator we talked about. Green means uptrend and we're only looking for buy trades, and red means downtrend and we're only looking for sell trades. Pretty simple, right? But let's get into the specifics of how we actually enter a trade. Let's start with a sell trade. Imagine the market bias indicator is red, telling us we're in a downtrend. You also see the swing arm ribbon is red, that just confirms the downtrend. So everything is pointing down. Now here's what we wait for. We're waiting for the price to kind of bounce back or pull back to the Fib1 line from below. Once the price touches the Fib1 line, we need a little confirmation. We're looking for a red candle to close below the Fib1 line. That's our sell signal. As soon as that red candle closes, boom, you open a sell trade. Now for a buy trade, it's the exact opposite. We need a green market bias and a green swing arm ribbon, both telling us we're in an uptrend. Then we wait for a pullback. But this time, it's a pullback down to Fib1 line. Once the price touches that line, we need a green candle to closes above the Fib1 line. That's our buy signal. When that green candle closes above the line, you can enter a buy trade. So, where do we put our stop loss? This is super important for managing risk, keeping your money safe. It's actually pretty simple. You can place your stop loss at the recent swing high or low, those little peaks and valleys you see on the chart, or just slightly above or below the ribbon itself. So, for a sell trade where the ribbon is red, you'll place your stop loss just a little above the red ribbon. For a buy trade where the ribbon is green, you place it just a little bit below the green ribbon. And finally, the target. This is the key to making those bigger profits. It's all about risk reward. We're aiming for a risk reward ratio of 1 to 2.5. What that means is that for every 1 unit of risk you take, say $10, you're aiming for 2.5 units of profit, $25 in that case. This is what makes even strategies with lower win rates profitable in the long run. It's all about making sure your wins are bigger than your losses. The most important thing I can tell you is to really master this strategy. Practice it, backtest it, get comfortable with it, and make it your own. Once you truly understand the ins and outs of this approach, it can become a really powerful tool in your trading arsenal. You might even find you don't need to constantly chase after new strategies all the time.